Minfa kwenye wei ena wase emu akwaba Express GHTV esuni Adom Otchere Paul ene Kevin Ekobedu Taylor this time around expose biesu ewa his excellency the president Mahama and line nine am so ama you abe my friend Kevin Taylor so tell boom abeke kan sembi na ye behwe ye aka won say fire ho ene de hu kwan say fire ho no kwa ba kope atam de beto a the ordinary nipadua ye and the end of manager party is not any pet. What me I say in order to take this kind of advice, Emra.
We are saying, and Pedifone can't send me, sir, a semuhui and pinipa. And Nipana and Casancasa Tiwa. Not a cofasa maba. Hobson, agrada for who's there? Me say agrada of when you miss call. Oh, the agrada bayo. Me say Ghana politics open nipa wuni ni munyam ne ni munyamasa ayo Hobson. What bet now? Say agrada we dimi ate we dimi yirate na this time. So boom dim pobi a mention to. Why this time? Why not the other time? Because you know very well, say that time MPP. No, we're free. And we been say we're done here by NDC into NDC. Ebe so me say me check agrada. But say what attempt did the agrada be do it is a NDC for question based on the fact say who agrada be do attempt there. Then there's a problem. O ka Ghana politics obi anani munyam asa onye ni munyam yembu no oye failure e ye wo hopes na do ya o de agrada me say agrada umbu bia na wo samije mfihwe o de agrada hopes John Mahama nkasa hwe de agrada de ye no na ntu ni nyansa kura samije fu ni nyansa de agrada de ye wo papa na wo se me yiska ma agrada o me ne de etomo no problem but hopes me kasa ma chiro. What do I for aqua? Meso pani agrada mujimi. Me agrada be do atem e dey say be draws crash out here. I don't fucking care. But me say en fa wa asem nko Dr0p aso. En fa asem mbe MPP for so. Na MPP for ya ye bia ma hwe. Hopes wutie me won me kase mu akere. Onse mu na Samira Bahomia ena Samia Uku ena Dr0p ena de me say so on pro wasema emfa wasem nko Dr0p aso emfa wasem nko na yere so emfa wasem nko Samija emfa wasem nko MPP ni bia so because we are one makwan we yere gift no osi no we a whole package of insult we a whole package of problem I bet me from head to toe into menye wo kura de me sen kam du be sin chen na we yere gift you know enti memfa wa asem nko Samira so enfo asem nko MPP me so wenya wo Jimmy wenya wo ntokwa bi na wo kwa focus on it wenya wo NDC na support him nobody cares. Oh yeah, politics say wo NDC for na aba ban mu na wo ye titiska bi ma wudi enti sebe wo be ye de oh yeah nobody cares uboni aye ne ho na wo omo ankasa nso be yo mama but I am sounding this warning to you Hobson memfa wa asem nko ba because ba omi awoma ye mu BV will come and fa wa asem nko ni papa party say Dr. Mawood ba omi aso 2028 oba be fa Ghana kunyana When the papa party said Dr. Mawood Baumia and for us among so I am warning you, Hobson, and try. And for us among so and for us among MPP Nibiaso. My young Kolan Koran, ye Mauquine.
Ye Mauquine. Naminia, the reason why here, Ekobedu Taylor Kevin. If he's on your right, so to be called, yeah, what's seven so being right. So can I some you are here? You will have and a pharmacy will take a be. Pharmacy be or have exposed woman with no any proper evidence. But Ghanaians are calling one say young to put them. Ghana for one missing most of Ghanaians, most of them are Jimmy. Yes, yet was having most Ghana for really strong most. I'm only gonna need didn't come out to say to way any pa. Bro, be a simple calculation based on the dollar exchange between the naira and the cedis. And your pepper difference be comment section when I be me who comment 150. And 130 and bro get to 240. And yeah, Jimmy for Ghana for because they can't even read and calculate and write. Way more. It we could decide in the poor metric Ghana for so. Don't be shame. Hey, Ghana yare do mari wakwa. Mira me catch it all. Or mine yare because a muni pan or more yare no dosun. Chen yena yen yare me yare cause me journey. Tipa. Eti. About any level these allegations edit yano. Allegation will level one level. Ghana near where Jimmy Crane name say. About any more ye and DC support a womb. Yes. Eating common bra.
This is the kind of journalism that these days we have. They say they call it jandam or something like that, where I wasn't trained like that. There's no training I've had in journalism that says, go and say something that's not true, say it plenty times and it will look like it's true. I've never in my journalism career practice said anything that's untrue, anything I've done on the touch screen. We don't say untrue things. We're not trained to say untrue things. We're trained to analyze. But he just says anything that's not true. And people have been telling me that, is it because of the Sammy J. Fimas? I don't know. But he said, that I've left my house, my family is gone, my wife is gone. All that is completely untrue. This evening I've seen Dr0p do a video to respond. But beyond that being untrue, let us deal with the matters. Here's a guy who publishes anything. Now we have heard that apart from having a bench warrant against him issued directly by the High Court, by Justice Cheba, a Court of Appeal judge, sitting as an additional High Court judge, issuing a bench warrant against this fugitive from justice. He did come to town. We know he came to town. He did.
Don't have unsasu with the building the nation. Say Mahama cry be Jano Crunch and say Mahama is not Mahama. We don't care about any Jano no there. Or ye the be. And you're not a personal life. And officer way. But naturally, no people are saying say Mahama more sponsor. Mama, for you to do say jam against innocent people. Come out, defend yourself, prove to Ghanaians say you finance this by your own and you don't even have help on them. Now who's your mom? Wow, these are the questions. If it's your mom, wow, automatically Ghana scan and a concern we need to talk. Yes.
And Justice Bafo-Boni is the acting Chief Justice. And is that Bafo-Boni's photograph? Okay. Yes, that's not Bafo-Boni's photograph. So this is Justice Bafo-Boni, who is the acting Chief Justice. Now we hear something we don't believe. We hear that Justice Bafo-Boni is being told by some of the NDC supporters that he should try as much as possible to bring this fugitive from justice, self-styled journalist into town, in spite of a bench warrant issued by a justice of the Court of Appeal. We are hoping that this is not true, and we understand that lawyer Tamaklo, Eduji Tamaklo, is it true that you are also working? You are working to make sure that this fugitive from justice comes to town. That's lawyer Tamaklo. Lawyer Tamaklo, is it true that you are working to make sure that this guy comes to town in spite of a bench warrant against him from the issued by a Court of Appeal judge, sitting as an additional High Court judge? I mean, these are the things that are concerning to the democracy. This guy that we are talking about, he sits in America, he has a platform, and then he says everything. This is a guy who has just basically torn apart the Ghanaian social fiber to the benefit of some political class. So they like it, to the benefit of some political class. And that's why the Sammy J. story is going to be very important today. When they are doing these things, they forget that whatever you sow is what you reap. They forget. They feed this guy, and this is a guy who has torn the Ghanaian social fabric apart. He's insulted Archbishop Duncan Williams. Happy birthday to him. He celebrated his birthday recently. This guy sitting in America talks about Archbishop Duncan Williams, our Archbishop, anyhow. And politicians feel that they have to encourage him because sometimes he says something in their favor. He is speaking about the Asante Hene. He talks about the Asante Hene. Anyhow, the key people who hold our social fiber together, this guy sits in America, talks about them anyhow. because there's no threshold. He just talks, and nobody holds him accountable. He doesn't live in the country. So many defamation suits have been filed against him. Maybe I'm going to add mine. It's all sitting here. When we said that he had run away into Ghana, he was not able to talk about it. This guy has a loud mouth. He talks about everything. He was told that you came to Ghana and you ran away. And I'm hearing from some of the ministers that we even thought were responsible, that some of them said that it is they who asked him to leave because they can't have him here. And he hasn't said anything about it. He tried to come to Ghana and told the government that they should give him an appointment so that you have an immunity. I mean, you cannot live in Ghana and do that kind of journalism. He has to know that, and therefore he has to come and face the bench warrants. I hope that the things we are hearing that Justice Bafoboni is being told by some of the people in the ruling party that he should try hard and do something as acting Chief Justice to bring the guy into town so that he can live in Ghana and all of that. I hope those things are not true. I know Justice Bafoboni a little bit. The lawyers who know me have told me that he would never agree to bring somebody who has offended the courts and who against whom a bench warrant has been issued by a Justice Cheba for a court of appeal judge. That Justice Bafoboni will never do that. And that's the issue. This is Justice Cheba who issued the bench warrant against him for the contempt of the court. And there are many defamation suits against him. He says in America, he says everything. Please, everything he says is not true. That's what they call their style of judge. It's called jandam. I understand that it means you say the thing that is not true, say it so many times. This guy, we also hear that Ibrahim Mahama sends him money to buy a bundle. Apparently he wants money to buy a bundle, so he gets $180, $130 from Ibrahim Mahama. Is a generous guy, everybody knows that. So Ibrahim's generosity buys him bundle to do his program. I don't know whether Ibrahim knows the kinds of things he says about people like the Asante, people like Duncan Williams, who Ibrahim Mahama understands are an important aspect of our social democracy, our social fiber. He understands that. But he sends him bundle money. I mean, if I was to ask Ibrahim for bundle money, I'm sure he'll send me. So he sends him bundle money, so he gets $120 to buy a bundle and then do. I know of another businessman. I mean, he thinks that we know everything that happens around what he does. But those are not newsworthy. They are not things that come into the news.
After this man coming out to explain how the president of this country and his brother are sponsoring this guy to attack and insult innocent people, Kevin Shubabo Tibe di ko waka kali fa branch and who din kombo say so they can.
The gentleman you had anal sex with, your friend, Alexia Boa, 2 days before your wedding, you were treating gonorrhea. You.
I will not say of evidence be a man, and even if said to say me, I'm so be there at all. I be the I am any man who would me family home by. And who here, but I want now he succeeds the president Mahama, and you and I tag or move together with you now. To me, some way, somehow, me who say I say because we say we be I was say yet tag or more with you. What I say because you know also tag or more with you because everything that you are doing, you know, and no now resort to the extent so back Ghana hakwa which mean you and him. And I want to meet Magana. Yet I want to meet Magana, and I did know to meet Magana, so to mean you wedding because things that we are doing, you know, it's not correct. Obi one munyam to say John Dramani Mahama ni nua no. Omo de omo ina omo na omo sponsor na omo brabot be chirim say nyom wa. Na Ghana for enjoy omo atem did because they can't sponsor a person like you. Since omo win here, have you ever seen NDC Nibia or Jena Babia? We NDC ni para bi mu da ha abo abaso that be. Tell you say won come mun kunim de no ho. These are the reason why I Paul Adom so bad about Timothy Din Komobi can send be edify Ibrahim Mahama, President Mahama, and a Kevin Taylor. Now Kevin Taylor so bad retaliate. Please away. Subscribe, like, share, comment, be macro. Bye bye.